Hey everybody, I'm OK Fixer. Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching, we're working on the chassis to this car. This is a 69, and what I've done here is I kind of changed things up. I was putting a log underneath there, but when you put a log underneath there, or a timber underneath there, what it does is it rubs on the tunnel, so you can't set the body down all the way. So I crudely made a couple of straps and welded them on, and shoved that landscape timber and a 2x4 underneath there, and there you go. And that works quite a bit better. We have the front end wedged up underneath there, and then I took a pipe and put between there and pounded it so it spread it apart, and it wedged it even more, and then I welded it. It seemed to have broke over there, so I took any old bunch of hodgepodge of whatever and welded it on there. The first piece right there, that piece right there, that was simply to gain purchase with my clamp. So I could go down into that hole and clamp that, because there was a gap there. Once I clamped it, I welded it all up good, and then I put a little strap over the top there, and she should be fine. Don't know if this is broke yet. I probably ought to do the same thing. I'll probably do the same thing when I go to work on this body, but for right now it's okay. Anyways, now I have it where it will clear the tunnel, and I can raise or lower the body, just quite easily, so it's not a big deal. So anyways, I wanted to show you that. Let's go in the garage and have a look at the chassis. We need to finish up those CV joints. Again, I apologize about the fan, but you have to have some kind of air moving in here or you'll just roast. These CV joints, these boots, they came with these clamps. Now how are you going to get those over that? Well, that would be a Chinese puzzle, wouldn't it? You just simply take them apart. I slid mine on these wisely before I put the boots on in the joints. So there you go, yeah. It's quite an undertaking to do these CV joints if you've never done them before. It's always been my contention to use the original German ones. They seem to last forever as long as you keep greasing them. And mine were, there was really no real huge wear on them. There's a little wear on the joint itself, but the balls were not black and they were not rough or anything like that. So we just greased them and put it all back together. I can't describe it. I'll tell you, it's frustrating. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. It's frustrating. So look at my video, and what you want to do is you want to move the cage, not the outside of it. If you move the cage, it really helps. Sometimes when you get everything cleaned together, they don't want to move until you put some grease on them. And it's just the way they are, so it's hard. Once you get one done, tape it all up with some tape, so as you're working on the other one, the balls don't fall out of the other one. Yeah, so it's not fun, just not fun. Okay, I don't have the correct pliers for these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these boots are on the correct way, and I'm going to make sure they're slid where they need to go. There's a little hump here, you see, before the boot. On the shaft there's a little hump on this side, so you want that boot right up against that little hump. And then I think we're going to pull these. I think if you pull it, and then if you fold this piece over and clamp that down, I think it ought to be good enough. So I might be able to do that with a pair of vice grips, but I can't do it with one hand, that's for sure. get some. About like that. Let's do the other side. Okay, we're good to go. Got both of those on there. We have all our cap screws tightened up. We used all our washers that we could, except I was missing one washer. I couldn't find it. So what I did, instead of putting one washer here and one washer there, or an odd washer there, I know this isn't going to make any difference because it's nothing. But I'm a balance guy, so if I'm going to put one here that's different, I'm going to put one here that's different on the opposite side. I know that's stupid, but that's just the way I am. I was asked also, am I going to do some rust preventative on the chassis, and I told them yes. I'm probably going to take the wheels back off, have it jacked up, do a little wire wheel work on it, and kind of give it a little quickie with some Rust-Oleum, just to help preserve it a little better. So yeah, I will be doing that front as well, and when I get the pans on it, I'll be doing the underside of the pans. So let's start working on the front, and I'm going to take the control arms off and press the ball joints out of them. We're going to mark them left, right, upper, and lower, and put them back exactly the same way they were. Right there. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, automatically takes it off. That's great. Yeah, I put the heat to it and still snapped it off, but the shock has got, it's just, I don't know about that. Maybe. I might fix it. I thought it had skips in it, but it doesn't. So I'll probably fix that. It snapped off there, but I'll probably fix it. All four of these arms are different. All four of these arms are different. But there's two sets of ball joints. There's an upper and a lower. I'm going to, just for my own sanity, wrap some wire around these and cut it off short so I know that these are the right sides. God, this is impossible with one hand. There you go. terrible. There she goes. I think I'll bite on that. Well, that's two. Two down, two to go. Well, there they are. What a giant, greasy, nasty, stinky mess that was. But I managed to get them out. Now I can press new ones in. I think I'm going to use a friend of mine's press. I noticed a couple of things while I was over here. If you notice, while I was working, I cut off those deals that go to the sway bar up front. And the reason why is, I remember last time I did on my 67, and this is the same thing as the 67, the same front end basically. I played hell trying to get those tabs off there and get them undone. So, you know, for $10 I got another set. So it was a lot easier. Also, the ball joint here has some slack in it. I can feel it. And so, you know, do one ball joint. Gee, if I'm going to order one, I might as well order all four. Do all four of them. I think I can do all four of them for $30 with grease fittings. I can drill and put grease fittings in them also, so that's not a big deal. I noticed my steering box was really notchy and it's really greasy, so it's telling me it's been leaking. Probably out of whatever's in it, grease, whatever. And I did snap these off on the shocks. This one on this side's like this. The other one's kind of sketchy. So I'm just going to buy new shocks. Best bet. Okay, let's get over to Buddy's house, and we'll use his press, actually his shop, and we'll use his press and press those joints in. Here's my politics of the video. And you have to find this on Laura Ingraham, because you won't find it anywhere else. And this is about COVID-19 and the youth and going back to school. And of course, it's being hyped up because school is coming along, and you know, they want everybody at home locked down, and you know, and not out, and certainly not voting, and voting for the government instead of voting for freedom. And the statistics on this are something like 19 COVID deaths from children so far. 19. The flu deaths from children are 170 or something like that. 170 versus 19. Yet 170 flu deaths, nothing's being locked down. Nobody is taking their kids to the demonstration and show it. This is another deal out of the Democratic playbook. Whenever you hear the word, this is number 3. Whenever you hear the word children, whenever you hear children, it's a scam. Give your money to the scam. Oh, the children scam. Mother Teresa is for this children scam. Okay, it's a scam. When they work your emotions over the children, it's a scam. So what this is PMS NBC is interviewing parents whether or not they're going to let their children go to school. Have a look. The reporter at the end is priceless.
Boy, are they embarrassed by it.
Would you let your kids go back to school?
I will. My kids are looking forward to it.
Yes. Period. Absolutely.
Absolutely. As much as I can.
Without a hesitation.
Without a hesitation, yes.
I have no concerns about sending my child to school in the fall.
I would let my kids go back to school.
Dr. John Torres, NBC News.
Okay, that's one of my favorite moments.
It's mine too, Laura. So these guys here, you know, you have the left, and as soon as you see a bow tie, you know, incidentally. And they're all talking about how terrible and awful it is. Oh, it's such a lie. It's such a lie, people. I just can't believe people are sucking it, just drinking it. I don't get it. I don't understand why. Oh, I understand why. Because they're listening to PMS NBC. Turn your TV off, people. Turn your TV off and get some other news. You'll find the answers. Let me see if I can borrow a harder hitting gun. I might need to put that in a vise and crank it. For some reason I thought the uppers were recessed in, but they're not. It's perfectly fine. Generally I take the boot off first, and that way it doesn't booger up the boot. And there's a mark here, and there's a mark here, and you need to line these two marks up with that mark when you push those in. Because when the joint is sitting like this, or when the arm is sitting like this, the joint will swing back and forth this way. You got to make sure you have the joints in the right way. There you go. Let's do the others. Fold your wire up on that second deal so you can get the rubber on there. Like that. And when you get the rubber on, come on, then you can take that and you can just work it around there, and she'll just go right back down. Come on, Granny. I say it will, probably won't. Just like that. Okay, which side does it go in? Does it go in this side, or does it go in this side? Well, it's easy. See where I was pounding it out? I was pounding it out. See where I smacked the dog balls out of it right there? Okay, with a hammer? So you can tell I was pounding it out. So it's going to have to go in this way. And again, you want to make sure that mark, and there's another mark on the other side right there, but they're going to want to line up with those slots right here and right there when you press that in. If you're working on a Hebmuller or a Kubelwagen, you probably don't want to swat the dog balls out of this. Probably press them out. Okay, you know this is a lower because it has a shock mount, but it also has a little recess here. Okay, so the recess, and it's got a notch right there. So that's going to go just like that. So we can press that in just like that. I think we're doing a number to this, so I think we're good. I think yes. I'm back at the hacienda again, and what I want to do is I want to drill and tap these and put a greaser in each one of them. But I can't do them because I don't have my Zerks yet, and I don't want to pay Ace. God bless Ace. I love going in that place, and you open up the little drawers and they have everything, but by God, it's so expensive. They want $2.25 for a greaser, one greaser. So I bought like 2 dozen or something on Rock Auto for the price of one. So I'm waiting for them to come. I've got some other parts also. I got a muffler and some pea shooters and tailpipe kits and all kinds of stuff I've been getting. I'll go into that later. Oh, and I also picked up another box. Uh-oh, cops are after somebody. That's an ambulance. That's an ambulance. If it's an ambulance, you got a chance. If it's hearse, it's got to be worse. Here's the deal with this box right here. If you notice all the spooge all over the place, right? Well, there's a reason why there's spooge all over the place. It's because it's blown its spooger or whatever. I haven't checked it yet or opened it up yet or anything like that, but it's really notchy. You know, when you turn it, it's kind of notchy, and I don't like that. This one here is decidedly less notchy, you know, and 40 bucks. So I got that from Brian down in Lexington. There's a nut on the top there. It's your adjustment, and this one hasn't been cranked all the way down. But usually when they are cranked all the way down, they're wore out. I could probably rehab that. I don't know. I just got another one just because he had one and it was cheap, and that way I'm not going to have problems. Also, I've ordered the tie rod ends for it yet. I haven't got them yet too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that stabilizer off in that box, and I'm going to kind of scale everything and clean up everything, and then I'm going to shoot it with a little black to preserve it a little better. Underneath too, I think I'm going to do that as well. What else? Oh, and I'm going to do the underside of my brake backing plates too. The other side of them. I might do both sides. Who knows? I don't know. Probably do both sides. Why not? I have to mount new wheel cylinders on there, and I have to unbooger the froze up. Yeah, and all that stuff like that. So a lot of little tedious work that I'm going to be doing next. And for right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this video off onto the net, and I'm excited. I've got lots of parts to work with. It's god awful hot here, so you can only work in the morning. That job is always getting in the way of progress. You know, when it cools down, it'll be a little bit better. So okay, so that's where I'm at. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing if you have, or liked, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.